gangsters, people who are labeled as gangsters, held under the preventative detention order. So that story on page 6 if you want to read more about it. Also 19 students arrested and charged by officers in the school cops. Danny Guerra employee gunned down. And as we look towards another development here, authorities probing fire at Caripachima West. I will probably get some details from Crystal Ash concerning this development. From the preliminary reports we're hearing, there seems to be no foul play, but we'll still find out the latest from Crystal Ash, president of TUTA, who steps in. Also Kelvin Morris, the former minority leader there in the THA, and the man putting himself up for the leadership role under the PNM Tobago banner. He steps in, and all that is happening inside the first hour, so it is indeed action-packed. That's why I want to head to the back page immediately and see what's happening via sport. And Aussies finish off West Indies women, a whitewash, as they say. What I must say, the only silver lining behind what clearly was a dark cloud of a series would have been the turnout, actually. I was quite impressed with the actual turnout. People took time to go see the women play, and I found that to be quite heartwarming. But unfortunately, we could not pull off the results. I mean, this is Australia. When we talk cricket right now, Australia, well, India first and foremost, Australia, New Zealand also in the conversation, and England always put up a good fight. And it's not that we don't have a lack of talent. There is the talent, but I guess the cohesion and showing up on the day, it's very, helter-skelter. One day we look in ripping form, next time we lie down. Oh my goodness, so I don't know what to say there. So hard luck there, ladies. Keep fighting on, and of course some NBA action. And on the football side, tomorrow, Jamaica, they take to the field in Mexico for their World Cup qualifier playoff. I think it's New Macedonia or somebody they're going to play. So in that regard, I want to wish Jamaica the best. Remember, they were very disappointed to the end of their campaign. They just needed that result in Kingston. Curacao was able to hold them and move on with the automatic spot. But they're still alive. They're down but not out. And I want to extend all the best to my brothers and sisters up north, land we love out of many, one people. All the best, Jamaica, tomorrow. I'm giving you my full unprecedented support going forward. We're not there, so what else I'll do after support my Caribbean brothers and sisters? We support New Macedonia, and I don't know what that is. We support foreign land over my Caribbean brother and sister. I'm not doing that. I don't know about you, but I can't do that. Caribbean first. Let's see what's happening via the brief. What do you mean? A vendor selling himself, selling some kites, kite season. Still very much alive. So, beautiful picture there by Lincoln Holder. Kite man, they just call them the kite man. Hey, kite man! How much for a kite these days? I don't even know. I'll find out. And also, Health Ministry urges caution as monkey dies from yellow fever. I heard that story up to last night. The red howler monkey, normally found there in Chagaramas. So they're going to probe into that one. The details here via the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Crystal Ash, president of TUTA, he joins me next to discuss a couple of very urgent talking points. Always a pleasure to have Mr. Ash on the set. He's next. See you soon.
Now take it back, let me see you rock off, shake off, let me see you rock off, let me see you kick right, now step forward, now step back.
Lucozade, bring the energy. Unbeatable taste, new look.
Shake off, let me see you rock off.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order. We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deba Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Can you do this?
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Alejandra, you're still alive. Mr. Alejandro! Mrs. Lucia! Mrs. Lucia, come quick, Mr.
Alejandro! My goodness! You're so... Sophia!
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world. Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are. As mentioned, Tutor President Crystal Ash joins me live on set, and he's also joined by his comrade in Tobago. I had a great conversation with Dion Rodriguez. Dion, that would have been probably last week or week before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I did last week or the week before.
That's right. And of course, for those looking on, Dion is the Tobago officer under the Tutor umbrella. Gentlemen, good morning. A very timely discussion.
Good morning.
SCA is around the corner, and I mean, gentlemen, I'm sure we could recall when we would have done, obviously, common entrance back in the day, the level of excitement and anxiety and the mixed emotions going into the exam. As a matter of fact, I wrote the exam back in the day on my birthday. Could you imagine? So what's the advice, really? Obviously, more than the advice, and we'll get to that, is all in place for the students. So let me get from the Tobago perspective and then the Trinidad perspective. No problem. Well, I'll start with you, Crystal, as you're here with me. I'm here across the Tobago.
No problem. Morning, Mr. Williams, and morning to your viewership, morning to Trinidad and Tobago. In terms of the SCA 2026, as far as tutors are aware, there are no major hiccups at this point in time. Nothing that would prohibit the smooth flowing and execution of the SCA. However, we still have some concerns that we would have mentioned earlier in terms of the staffing, because some of the personnel who they're asking to work on the particular day, well, they're not really giving them a choice. They're mandating, they're coercing, they're forcing. we saw a lovely letter penned by the new acting permanent secretary of Ministry of Education, and it stated that basically they're going to follow the regular protocols that would have been established. And we would think that those are the protocols that we mentioned. What happened in the past is that persons were asked to monitor the examination. So they will go from school to school, just ensuring that everything is running smoothly and so on. So they would have given these persons in the past a stipend. They would have taken them from secondary school teachers because they're not out on that particular day. On this particular occasion, in 2026, we're seeing members of the ECC, that's the Early Childhood Learning Center, those teachers, they're being told that, listen, you have to go and perform that function. You're going to monitor, you're going to see you're going from school to school, check out and so on, but you're not going to get any compensation. You're not going to get back the day. So normally they will give them, like I said, a little stipend. As far as we are aware at this point in time, we are hoping that we are wrong and that they will be given the stipend, and also the compensatory day that all primary school teachers, all teachers are they will get back. So once you work on this particular day, the agreement is that you would have volunteered your time and you get back a day within the academic year. So that day must be taken before the end of the next term.
Okay, so let me head across to Dion and Tobago to find out if it's a similar reality. What's the prep looking like for tomorrow's exam?
All right, a pleasant good morning to JW, a pleasant good morning to you, and a pleasant good morning to your listening audience. A special good morning to the teachers in the Tobago space and those listening locally, regionally, and internationally. In the Tobago space, it may be a bit different, being controlled by the Tobago House of Assembly. What I can see at this time, information reaching the association, is that all is in place for the execution of the exam on Thursday. Speaking to the Tobago coordinator, the school supervisor too, yesterday the centers were prepared. Today they are going to be doing the security checks. You know, after the security checks are done, then the space is locked down for protocol reasons. As it relates to the monitors and those who are supervising the exam, it's my understanding that what would have obtained last year is what also is going to obtain this year. So we don't have that situation occurring in Tobago as it is in Trinidad.
Crystal, let me ask President Ash, because I recognize, and you know, Dion kind of put it in perspective there for me. This word monitoring, is that really the person who sits in the room to ensure the students, you know, like the examiner? What's the role of the person to monitor? The person in the room would be identified as the invigilator. So that's invigilator? Yeah, those are the teachers in the schools. The monitor is simply to move from school to school, check. So a monitor may have under his or her purview, you have about 3 or 4 schools in close proximity to each other. And what's the role of the monitor? Just to walk in and see that? Walk in and make sure that there are no issues in terms of if the exam would have started on time, if all children would have their scripts, if all children are present, if all testers are present, and just to make sure that there are no anomalies during the day and to record, so that sometimes you may have a situation where after the examination, you could have a parent citing some reason why their child would have been treated unfairly. Okay. So therefore the monitor could be able to corroborate or think the story. Gentlemen, I'd love to get your perspective on another shift, I would imagine, in policy. With the new administration, they've reinstated the top student, I would imagine, that particular accolade, that recognition. The last administration kind of went away with it. What's your take on it? What's the feedback from parents? Do educators, parents alike want their child to be recognized as the top student? I believe so, JW. We have, Twitter has no issues with it whatsoever. We believe that if it is that children are performing, then yes, by all means, you should recognize them and give them that opportunity to show that, listen, I would have worked hard. And what it does, it sets a good example for the others, for other people, not to say that they're not performing well, but to encourage. Competition is healthy. Competition allows people to perform at their best. So children would be looking for this position. Then you have schools looking for the position. When you look at the results, you notice that a lot of the children who were placed in it were from the private institutions. And then you have a lot of denominational schools coming in with very few government. Now, part of the reason for that, JW, is simple.
when a parent is, you're paying your money to go to send your child to a particular school, that parent who would have made that choice initially, you're going to put in 100% with respect to the school, with respect to your child's education and so on. Not that parents I'm not discounting the fact that some parents in the government or the government-assisted school are not doing that. But unfortunately, you have some of them who are not. And that is the problem we're having in the system, because basically you have some persons who are sending their children to school for want of a better word, not the right reasons. You want them to get an education, you want them to have a good future, and that is what we want for all our nation's children.
Officer Rodriguez, what's Tobago's perspective on the same issue? Are you on board with, again, announcing the top students?
Well, yeah, it's a tutor position, and as Mr. Ash always said, there's no differentiation between tutor in Tobago and tutor in Trinidad. And we think that, yes, competition is healthy. I think the purpose of the exercise really is to drive the students to do their best. And having an environment where we encourage excellence and we award excellence is always good for the students, for the charges, even in some cases for the teachers, because the teachers are also motivated to see how best I can get those children or those students, in my class to perform at that level. However, in the Tobago space, we would have seen recently where there were some anomalies where that is concerned because of the process that really exists presently.
Yeah, so I saw that. I saw that up to last evening. The news reported that particular development, and I trust and hope it does not occur this particular cycle of the SCA
It's children in
exam.
Man,
yeah, and parents too, you know, the child and the parent writing the exam, because the parents, for those who are involved, they also feel the jitters. What's your advice, before we move on to some of the other pressing issues, just want to put some word of advice to the parents, to the students locked in this morning?
SCA?
President?
All right, so children, I'd like to say to you that this exam, yes, it is a very high-stake examination. I'm not going to say otherwise. That is the reality. You're aware of that. You would have been preparing for this for 7 years, some persons a little beyond 7 years. And I know that you're ready because your teachers would have prepared you, your parents would have prepared you. When I say teachers, you're talking about from infants go right up to Standard 5, not only Standard 5 teachers. We want to thank all the educators who would have done their part and so on. There are also the student support services persons who would be involved in the examination. They will be treating with the concessions and so on. So students, doesn't matter what the outcome of this is, remember, it does not define you. It is good that you put your best foot forward. Make sure you get your rest. Don't eat anything out of the ordinary. You know you're accustomed eating doubles. Don't go and eat doubles in the morning. Do what you're accustomed doing in the morning. Wake up and pray to Almighty God. Allow Him to guide you through the examination and listen and calm yourself. And if it is that you find yourself in a situation where there's a mathematical problem or a question that is giving you some difficulty, just take a moment, breathe, and go ahead. It will be okay, and you will be successful. You are all winners in my book.
Officer Rodriguez, you can speak directly to the students in Tobago.
Right, so to the students in Tobago, I say to you, you have done the work, you have put in the work. I know of students that would have gone the extra mile. There are a number of students in the Tobago space that would have done their mock exam. Two of them actually sent it for me, and I see the level of improvement that they would have attained as they progress to this point. And today, I'm saying to you that today is a day for you to, one, prepare. Prepare by packing your bags, ensuring that you have all your equipment in one place so that tomorrow you don't want a situation where you get into the exam and you forget one of your pencils, you forget your ruler, you forget your erasers. Pack those things today and ensure that they are all confined to one storage item, whether it's a pencil case, your book bag, whatever. Pack those things today. Ensure that you have that in place. And secondly, as the president said, I want you to relax today. Don't engage in anything that would create that level of anxiety. So I don't want you to be cramming today, trying to go to the books and run them. I forget this, I forget that. Just relax today, and all is going to be well when you get into the exam tomorrow. When you get up tomorrow, as he said, do what you are accustomed doing. Don't do anything outside of what you are accustomed doing. And when you enter that exam today, you say your prayers, you pray with your parents before you go. Just as I said, the parents also have a level of anxiety. So I ask the parents as well, don't create that level of anxiety for the child either. We know that you are having your butterflies. JW, we've seen in some instances parents standing up outside of the school waiting for the exam because they also have that level of anxiety. And I'm asking the parents as well, don't transfer that level of anxiety to your child. We want everyone to remain calm because it's the only way that you're going to go into the exam and do your best. So all the best to the students throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Go with God and may you excel.
Thank you so much, Officer Rodriguez. President Ash, I want to treat with some of the developments via our news cycle, more so what I'm seeing on the front page. Any latest regarding the fire at Carapachama West?
Okay, just this morning I was speaking to one of our industrial relations officers. Those are the persons who deal with the matters directly related to schools. They would have spoken to one of the staff reps at the school. They would have also spoken to the principal up till last night just to find out what is going on. The information reaching us is that, well, the school is closed, as everybody would be aware, until next term, the first day. So the ministry is going to put everything in place to ensure that that happens and is executed as it's supposed to be. The principal is simply making arrangements at this point in time for those teachers who may have to go and reach into the school to get items related to CXC in terms of their marking and so on. But no teachers will really be allowed to be on the compound in terms of safety. The only person would be there would be the principal to show the necessary personnel, EFPPD and so on, what it is that has to be done to give them access to particular areas. That's where we are at this point in time. In terms of how it would have started, that investigation is still ongoing.
Well, they're saying so far, no evidence students started the school days.
Which is good news to us.
Because I guess nobody is actually there at this point in time. And the other story that grabbed my attention, I'm looking at what happened via the first term between the 2025 September term. 19 students who would have been arrested for violence in schools from the officer's position in these schools. So is that the policy? It's not a warning business, no suspension. Once you fight in school, you will be arrested?
All right, so when I was here last, I told you I would have gotten some information with respect to this thing. Unfortunately, JW, I have to admit to you that I have not been able to get such information.
Clarity.
Not forthcoming, really, right? So
from,
the information
from who really? TTPSI?
No, we wouldn't write. We write to the Ministry of Education because the Ministry of Education is who we communicate with, right? Okay. And we will communicate with them and ask them to give us information related to this directly. We have never received any sort of communication in relation to this. So just as you're reading on the papers, I read the same way. And I have no issues if it is that the deviant children are being removed. But what I would encourage the Ministry of Education to do is to explore all options before reaching to that stage, because we have to consider. So if it is that you remove, so you do the suspension, and if it reaches to expulsion, then when the child is expelled, what happens to the child? I saw the minister say somewhere that they're going to have special places for these students and so on. But I know at this particular point in time that doesn't exist. So what happens in the interim? What happens to those children if it is that they're suspended today or tomorrow, and then they reach to the point of expulsion? Because nobody wants to encourage deviant behavior. A parent sending his or her child to school, you want to ensure that your child is in a safe, comfortable learning environment, a safe space. You don't want to hear. I saw a video just last night with a little boy in a particular school in the East getting, as we would call, clout in the back of his head. And the boy didn't retaliate or anything like that. He just was... He's asking them, like, why are you doing this? And more than one student was doing it. And that is unacceptable behavior, unacceptable. And some of these children, it is, for them, it's a joke. And they don't understand how they're hurting the child or the children that they're doing it to, unfortunately, because that is the world we seem to live in. And to be recording it on your telephone seems to be the thing of the day, because you need to be that person to put it out there.
I really wonder where they will put children who, again, the disruptors need to be removed from the system, because they themselves, when you do the deeper search and a deeper dive into their history, where they come from, they're also going through their own problems. So we still have to find a way to inspire hope and hold on to the troubled youth. But we live in a time where, unfortunately, I'm even going to say this, for some people, suspension and expulsion might be a rank, you know.
But they get it's a holiday. They go back in it and they come back in school with the chest up, because
you get some credit, because it's like, you know,
principal suspend me, but what happened with that? I go into I watch cable TV, I do this, I do that, I on my phone. It's a holiday.
So we need to find something for them to do, because it can't be that expulsion and suspension more so, because I know expulsion is the real last resort, but suspension can be no ranking thing.
No.
Because you're home for that. What is it? Mostly a week, 2 weeks?
It's 7 days. The principal has the authority to suspend for a maximum of 7 days. Beyond that, you have to write for extended suspension. And the only person to approve that is the Minister of Education.
Wow. Well, we'll continue with the discussion. Let me say to Comrade Rodriguez and Tobago, all the best. Thanks for coming on as always. And keep us posted with all developments. And to you, President Ash, sincere thanks again for the effort, always being here in person to share with us the latest.
Thank you most kindly, Mr. Rodriguez. I mean, Mr. JW.
Yeah, and of course also to Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
All the best, gentlemen. We take the pause, we come back. We're actually going to stay in Tobago. I believe Calvin Morris, former minority leader, will step in to treat with some of the latest of the political landscape in Tobago. That's next.
Jason has watched every World Cup from here, but not today. Because he made all his purchases with Visa and won a trip to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Whoever uses Visa most wins. Pay with Visa.
At Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center, we're all about time. In fact, once you check in, there's no time to lose. Reconnect with a little family time. Make a splash with some pool time. Spend some treasured quality time. Or just immerse yourself in some quiet time. Indulge your senses at dinner time. We even have the perfect venue when it's your celebration time. So it's high time you visit Cruise Inn. Choose our day pass or call 607-4000 to make your dinner or hotel reservations or to find out more about our event spaces. Take a time out at Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
GB's Chai Gold 3-in-1 chai lattes come pre-mixed for an easy instant treat. Simply add 1 sachet to hot water, stir, and enjoy. We maintain that authentic homemade taste you love with no added preservatives, as each sachet includes real tea, creamer, and sugar. Available in a wide range of flavors: elaichi, masala, ginger, French vanilla, lemongrass, saffron, and cadet. And their new delicious caramel flavor, available at supermarkets nationwide. For wholesale information, contact LG Wholesalers.
Can you do this?
This and every Wednesday, Tobago Talks. And when Tobago Talk, we listen. Calvin Morris joins me on the Zoom line, putting himself up for the leadership role of the PNM Tobago Council. Happy to have you on the program as always, Calvin. Welcome.
Always a pleasure, Jason. Good morning, and let me say Tobago, beautiful, bountiful good morning to the members, supporters of the People's National Movement, and all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Indeed, Calvin, you're putting yourself up for the leadership role. What you believe and know in your heart, will bring, from your perspective, what will you bring to the table? What will you bring to the leadership position that I know at this point in time is going through restructuring, a recalibration, as it were, in the Tobago space? What do you think you will bring fresh to the mix, Calvin?
Well, definitely, Jason, and thank you for that question. You know, the People's National Movement is at a critical juncture here in Tobago, coming off of a 15-0 defeat. And therefore, this provides a perfect opportunity for the party to really reset. And it is about, you know, having someone that can reunite the party, re-energize our base at the very core, that is our party groups, get into the communities and rebuild the trust amongst the members and, of course, amongst Tobagonians all across the island. You know, so I've been in the trenches over the past 4 years. All of Tobago would have seen me representing, advocating, standing in the gap, holding the current administration, calling them to account, and being a strong voice, not just for the members, but for all of Tobago. And therefore, you know, going forward, I believe I present the party with an opportunity to have a re-energized sort of approach, an all-inclusive approach that brings our members together, that reconnects the party to the membership, and ultimately that presents Tobago with a vision that is clear, that is bright, that is innovative, and is one that we all can rally around.
Can your all-inclusive approach, Mr. Morris, appease the criticisms from some of the Tobago electorate where they are suggesting they want a Tobago-based, a Tobago-centric indigenous party as opposed to a party with personalities from Tobago, but clearly the headquarters and the governance of the structure is in Port of Spain? How do you balance that particular demand at this point in time in Tobago?
That is in fact a very interesting point you raise there, Jason, because at this time, Tobago is going through a period of Tobago nationalism. That is, Tobagonians wanting to identify with people who are simply about putting Tobago first. And therefore, this is one of the things that we as a new Tobago Council executive will have to ensure that we are able to articulate positions that are clear amongst Tobagonians, that is Tobago-centric. It is about really, again, as I said, building the relationships in the communities. It is about understanding what are the issues affecting Tobagonians and being a strong voice, you know, with the people of Tobago as we find ways and means of actively and genuinely addressing those concerns. And I think once we are able to rebuild that trust, because there was a period in time Tobago saw the PNM, notwithstanding that we were a national party, as the party of choice, and therefore we have to get back to our moorings. We have to get back to the grassroots approach in terms of really rolling our sleeves up and getting into the trenches, working with our Tobagonians, working with our communities, strengthening our party groups, involving our young people especially. We have to find a way to engage young people. As a party, we have to also become even more innovative and creative in the way we communicate, even the way we appear. We ought to now, you know, in a real sense, Tobagonians want an authentic style leader. And this is what I believe I bring to the table. Someone that is very genuine, very visible as well, very much amongst the people. I'm very outgoing. So you would see me in the harvest. You would see me, you know, almost anywhere you can find me in Tobago. I'm amongst the people, with the people. And I think that in itself will help Tobagonians to see us as one of them.
When exactly is the internal election?
The internal election is scheduled tentatively for April 19th. That's couple Sundays again, 3 or so Sundays again. So it's right around the corner. And therefore, you know, it is an exciting time for the party. It is one of those periods as well where the membership, you know, gets an opportunity to really participate in who leads and who forms the executive to lead the party. And therefore, this is one demonstration of the democracy of the party. This is one demonstration that, you know, at the end of the day, we are a party that ensures that the people ultimately will decide who takes the leadership of the party going forward.
Indeed, and I'll want to move on to other talking points, but my final question as it pertains to the internal election, and before we even go there, I just obviously want to wish you the best going forward.
Appreciate it.
What's the mood and the tenor like? Because from my little experience in the politics, I've come to realize that, yes, you might get stumbling blocks from those on the opposite side of the political divide, but sometimes the greatest and the sharpest dagger comes from those who are actually with you in the trenches, shoulder to shoulder, and you didn't look for them there. And we have seen it also in other, especially in the Trinidad and the Trinidad internal election process on both sides of the political divide. But for the PNM Tobago Council, what's the mood and spirit? I know Tobago, you all operate under different order, different ethos. What's the mood like with your opposing Shamfa Kojo? I'm sure she will have her supporters internally. What's the mood, honestly, going into this most crucial election?
So the PNM in Tobago, admittedly, has had its challenges when it comes to, you know, over the years, and especially with the emergence of the one man, one vote. You know, there has been some fragmentation following those heated elections. And therefore, on this occasion, Ms. Kojo and I, we have had conversations prior to us deciding both that we will both contest the position of political leaders. So it has been one of mutual respect, and we will conduct this election in a spirit of camaraderie and decency and dignity, you know, recognizing that both candidates bring, you know, value to the table. And as a matter of fact, every member is valuable, and that is how I see it. And it's also ensuring that we conduct, you know, this election in a manner that will make it very easy for us to have the unification, you know, because ultimately a political institution and a people and a membership, we come together with the real intention of ensuring that we can win elections, and win elections in a way that benefit the people, the organization, and the island. And therefore, you know, this tenor and the spirit of this election is one that has been very respectful, and therefore I expect that it would continue that way.
Let's ask you your perspective on the exit of the radar, and most recently, the U.S. soldiers leaving Tobago heading to Guantanamo Bay. What's your reaction to some of the recent developments?
Well, you know, this is what is one of the challenges the population is having with politicians at this time. Because it appears that politicians, you know, believe that they can mislead the population, and in some instances, in a real sense, take us for fools. Because you recall the different reasons and rationale that was given for the radar, one of which was that it was about crime fighting and drug detection and interdiction. And therefore, we continue to experience, as a country, high levels of crime, high level of drug trafficking, human trafficking, etc. And therefore, if that was the reason for the presence of the radar, then why would you remove the radar when those issues remain very real? And we also, as I recall on the campaign, we raised the issue of whether that radar was there to assist in other activities. And we have seen a correlation between, you know, a foreign entity achieving their foreign policy. And as that period of action was successfully attained, then the radar suddenly removes. But this has cost the island of Tobago dearly, Jason. Tourism has suffered as a result of the presence of that radar because people were mortally afraid to visit the country, understanding what the presence of military assets can bring. We have seen it in the Middle East as we speak. The surrounding Arab nations have received retaliation from Iran because they were housing foreign assets, and people understand that. So our tourism, even as we speak, has suffered from the presence of the radar. And the question I continue to ask as a Tobagonian, who is taking the responsibility to compensate and treat with the fallout from that radar and what it dealt to the tourism sector?
Indeed. Well, Calvin, as always, pleasure touching base, and all the best going into this internal, and we will monitor from Port of Spain as to what takes place, and I'm sure we will get a chance to touch base before and most definitely after.
Appreciate it. And just quickly, I just want to thank again the membership of the PNM, both in Trinidad and Tobago, for staying the course. Now is difficult times for the party, and losing is always an uncomfortable position, but resilience is built in us staying united, staying focused, and therefore I look forward to playing a role in the resurgence of the PNM, both in Tobago and the Trinidad and Tobago.
Calvin Morris, always a pleasure. All the best.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Calvin Morris there in Tobago for the Tobago Talks, and we will stay on top of that fluid development. Up next, UE Open Day. Well, open days, I'll have to say. It's 2 days, 28th and the 29th. Full details after the break. Hey, look, Pelly. You see Pelly? Oh, boy, save the dates.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Is mealtime more of a chore than a cherished time? Does a lack of appetite keep your family, young and old, from getting the nourishment they need? Introducing Apetamin, the gentle, effective appetite stimulant designed for every age. Apetamin helps spark the natural desire to eat, turning hesitant nibbles into satisfying meals. Watch as food becomes exciting again, fueling growth, energy, and shared moments around the table. Give your body the gift of a joyful appetite. Find Apetamin in pharmacies nationwide.
Looking for a smart way to grow your savings? For just a limited time, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Credit Union is offering competitive fixed deposit rates of up to 4%. That's up to 4% guaranteed when you invest with PCU Fixed Deposit. Visit any of our locations in Barataria, Arima, San Fernando, or Tobago to get started today. For more details, visit policecreditunion.com or call us at 6124-PCU. PCU, your future is safe with us.
It's Jay's exclusive Big Easter Sale. Get 25% off everything store-wide. All departments, no exceptions. 25% off. JD's exclusive Easter Sale. JD's, Princesstown, San Fernando, Rio Claro, Gasparilla Mall, and M6 Plaza Chaguanas. Your low-price headquarters, JD's.
My man, Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo?
We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
a joy and pleasure to have my colleagues and friends from UE on the program, and this weekend put aside the time, save the dates. Yes, dates, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, UE Open Days, and with us to give the intimate details, Nataki Kerr, manager of the brand and student recruitment, marketing, you know, dealing with just promotion, really, just get the word out there. Nataki, yes. Great to see you.
Great to see you and great to be here.
And well, let me tell you, Joseph and myself, we go back years. I won't give the story, the backstory, but the man would have made mention of I'll give that story some other time. But Joseph, great to see you. And Joseph, actually, you're student services assistant.
Yes.
There at UE. So let me find out. Obviously, we are looking at 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. This is happening main campus?
Yes, on the quadrangle in main campus.
Right, yes. So I remember, because I would have been to it in the years gone by, you have different faculties and sections kind of have holding the area, and this is open to all potential students, parents, everyone.
Yes, it's open to everyone. It's free of charge. You can register to attend. We have something for everyone there, so you can bring the entire family, actually. It's a lot of activities. We have a petting zoo, we have hydroponics, you name it, we have it there this weekend. So we're inviting you as a prospective student or parent, a postgraduate student, somebody who's contemplating their first degree. It's something there for everyone. You can come and apply on the spot. So it's for everyone.
Joseph, what's the timing like? What time you'll start? What time you'll go until?
So I know that they end at 4,
yes.
And you're free to come from as early as 10 a.m. I believe. Nataki,
yes,
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, correct.
10 a.m. Yes,
that's right. And both days.
Both days, or you can come one day. You could decide, you know, I don't have time to spend the entire day. You could just drop in for an hour. Some people come on Saturday and decide it's so great they come back on the Sunday. Some people come on the 2 days actually, and that's fine with us.
What do you all take any kind of data? Do you all collect any data at all when it comes down to this kind of engagement?
Yes, we do collect data. We collect your name, we collect your email address in case you want us to contact you after. So we want to establish that relationship with you. We also collect names for those who want to apply on the spot. You can apply on the spot. For anyone who's interested in a program, you could leave your information.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we do also surveys and so on at the time.
So, Joseph, you deal with student services. How important are the students, current students, in this particular engagement?
Well, I mean, they are the exemplars of what UE life is like. They are the ideal ones to be there to really explain to prospective students, you know, when you're coming, you're not just coming for a degree, you're coming for an entire experience. So our students, our current students, are very involved in Open Day. They enjoy it just as much as the prospective students because it's that wonderful passing of the baton, if you will. And it's great to interact with them because it's pairs leading pairs. So
that's right. So when you go, you're inspired, you've made up your mind, okay, you is the place. What's the next process? Because you collect the data, what happens after? Because there will be now an enrollment.
Yes, an application process. You can apply. So you can either apply there if you've made up your mind already.
Okay, so you can apply one time?
One time, because we have a whole center for that at our JFK auditorium. Or you could think about it a bit, contact us, chat with us, and apply before July 17th, which is the deadline date for those who want to come to school with us from September 2026. So July 17th is the deadline date for applications.
For September classes?
Yes, all applications are online, so maybe you might come, you might be inspired, you might see the possibilities when you come to us this weekend, but make sure and apply before July 17th if you want to be on campus this September or maybe the next September, etc., but still come. We invite Forms 1 to Form 6, all those students who might be thinking of what they want to do, not too sure. We're doing career assessments too. You mightn't be sure of your career path, but you're interested in something, come and chat with us, we'll help you. Even those parents who might be interested in doing something after they've already done their degrees or they want to do some further education, all those persons, we also have something there for you.
All right, so not only just, we're talking here even for the adults who want to further, they can also come through.
Very correct, yes.
Fantastic. And as you said, it's humanities, it's medicine, it's
everybody.
law.
Everybody is there, everybody. All 8 faculties, all departments, institutes, gender studies, the engineering student society. There are a lot of stakeholders there too, so it's not just the faculties. So when I say there's something there for everyone, literally, I really mean that. There's a petting zoo, etc., etc.
parking, I know obviously UE, there is parking at UE,
Yes.
but if this is oversubscribed, which I know usually it is, any contingency plans?
Well, first of all, Jason, we're not oversubscribed. We have space for everyone.
No, I know oversubscribed in terms of people who come to because the last time I went to the open day, people like that, you know.
It's going to have a couple thousand persons will be there this weekend. But in terms of parking, we do have a shuttle service.
Okay.
So you can park on the campus, you can come in through the highway side, you can come in through the main road side. But either way, we do have shuttles to take you down to the quadrangle and to take you back to your parking spaces.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good, because I remember I said, what? I thought that's it. This is UE Fat. What's going on here? It was people, you know.
Yeah,
but I was happy to see that because, again, it speaks to the appeal of the institution and the fact that, you know, there are options. We know there are options across the world, across the region, but there is still that major appeal with UE. What do you think adds to that appeal? I'll probably start with Joseph and I'll let you finish off, Nataki.
Sure. I'd say in the context of a Caribbean institution, you get that wonderful blend of cultures that you really don't find anywhere else. That's one thing. We are really unique in our blend of culture and how we display that culture. Not only that, but it's also a leading institution in research and academics within the Caribbean region, #1 in the region. So there's that core value, that core engagement, that core advantage that the UE has that really drives the interest to wanting to study at the UE.
Well said. And Nataki, I'll let you add to that, and also inside there, if you could give us the online information too, so those looking on could get more.
Sure. Joseph took the words right out of my mouth. That was really good, actually. He mentioned the fact that our diverse culture makes our campus special, because when I visit other places, they always talk about the student life experience at our campus. And Joseph is an excellent example as a past valedictorian. He didn't mention that. He's a past valedictorian, past president of the Students Guild. So the student experience is rich at the St. Augustine campus. So if you want to come to our open days this weekend, you can check us out on all our platforms. The registration details are there. That is ue.sta.edu/open days, or just type in open days and you will get all the information there. You're able to register either for Saturday or for Sunday, or register for both days. We welcome you and your families Saturday or Sunday.
That's right. Well done. Congrats in advance. I know it's going to be tremendous. I'm seeing Pelly on the flyer.
Yes, Pelly is everywhere.
Yes, Pelly, the mascot. And I'll give you the joke here. Joseph told me when I did an engagement at UE that myself and Blaze performed at his primary school, you know. We sang balance, and he said jump up and balance.
And he's still jumping up.
I still jump, and I will jump up in open days.
Look at that.
Right.
16 years ago. Amazing. Joseph, well done, man. Really, really proud of you. Well done. And of course, Nataki, to you and the entire team. Keep up the tremendous work.
Thank you very much.
See you all on Saturday and Sunday at UE St. Augustine campus for the open days. We take the pause and we come back after the 7 a.m. news update with your calls. See you soon.
Struggling with blood sugar swings, high blood pressure, or stiff joints? Take control with Aja Nutrition's powerful wellness trio. Berberine Plus supports healthy blood sugar. Blood pressure support helps keep your pressure in check. And Joint Aid keeps your joints moving so you can stay active every day. Don't wait. Choose Aja Nutrition for trusted, effective solutions. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Feel better, move better, live better with Aja Nutrition.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Time Check, brought to you by the Central Bank and the National Financial Literacy Program.
Good
morning, I'm Ryan Beachy with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC radio network. Independent Senator Anthony Vieira and leader of the opposition Senate bench, Dr. Amory Brown, are voicing strong frustration after Foreign Affairs Minister Sean Sobers declined to answer questions on TNT's position on regional security and narco-terrorism in Venezuela. Invited to the Senate to answer 4 questions today, Sobers chose to invoke a standing order each time, citing it contrary to the public's interest. Responding to CNC3 News on the matter yesterday, Vieira said he was disappointed that Sobers chose that route. In his opinion, silence on such matters is never good for the public.
Pursuant to the question raised as the Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, it is my belief that it is prudent to invoke Standing Order 26.3, which states inter alia, a minister may decline to answer a question if, in his opinion, the publication of the answer would be contrary to the public interest.
A week after Sangre Grande businessman Danny Guerra was gunned down near his office, one of his workers was ambushed and killed at a Matura resort last night. Police said 34-year-old Rondell Adolphus was gunned down as he left his cabin to get ice just before 9 p.m. Adolphus worked as a machine operator with Guerra's company, DG Homes. CNC3 News visited his home at Immortel Crescent, Northeastern Settlement, Sangre Grande yesterday, but no relatives were at home. While in the neighborhood, one of Adolphus's close friends and neighbors, who also worked with Danny Guerra, said he is worried about his own safety after the recent killings.
Yeah, I'm feeling unsafe. Yeah, I'm feeling unsafe because every day for 2 to 3 years, I've been with Patch every single day working with them, being in the space, going on the side working.
Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. on the TBC radio network.
Let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Brand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve. Big goals, small ones too. Brand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Brand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Can you do this?
Advance your career and increase your earning potential with the University of Bedfordshire's MBA program at CTS College. This UK-accredited MBA is globally and ACTT recognized and is the most affordable in Trinidad and Tobago. With 6 intakes per year and the option to study 1 unit at a time, you can complete the general MBA or one of 6 specializations in 12 months. And with flexible entry requirements and payment options, students with various backgrounds can enroll. Contact CTS College today and find out how you can get $12,000 off.
It's
where they ask the questions, those challenging questions that no other media house would ask. So, shed light on those things that are in the dark, those stories that no one else wants to cover.
I grew up reading The Guardian, actually. It's a household name.
About The Guardian, one thing that I like, the human interest stories have increased.
See the investigative pieces on the human trafficking. I find that very interesting.
You go more in depth.
On sports, especially local sports, and that's one of my highlights for The Guardian.
Yeah, I've been in Ghana since The Guardian started coming out, started working. I was a newspaper man.
Could the stories that are being covered are well detailed and you get more facts.
Also, I think the editorials, I think they're doing a good job on this speaking the truth, and they're challenging the government to make things better.
Me in particular, of recently, in the last 2-3 months, I've been reading The Guardian. I'm seeing a lot of news about the neighborhoods and the communities, and I even saw my community featured, and I was proud.
Oh, The Guardian.
The Guardian?
Guardian.
Trinidad Guardian.
The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Trinidad Guardian. The Guardian is my first choice.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Alejandra, you're still alive.
Mr. Alejandro! Mrs. Lucia! Mrs. Lucia, come quick, Mr.
Alejandro! My goodness! You're so... Sophia!
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Name something that people stick their noses into.
The apple bucket, like bobbing for apples.
Where did that answer come from? In the apple bucket!
Okay. Do you mind waiting for someone? What is your problem? Rafe? I didn't know you owned a motorcycle.
Today is your lucky day. Come on, hop on. There you go.
The road is wide open, there's no one for miles around.
Don't miss the drama Sullivan's Crossing. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Welcome back. Let's get into our open forum inside the second hour. Thanks again for tuning in and being part of it on this Wednesday. We had to St. James. St. James is standing by, always bringing some light in sometimes what might be dark times. Good morning, St. James.
Hey, JW. Morning to you and the team, bro. How things?
All is well, my brother. I'm looking out for the commentary, man. Go right ahead.
Blessings. I'm happy to hear of you in this show now. I see the conversation, see what I've had with the tutor president with regards to SCA. So first and foremost, all the best to the students in SCA. I myself remember the lead up, the commitment, the weekends, the Saturday, Sunday, etc. And it really is an important stage in life, but is not something to feel too much pressured on because you could always make up, right? Yeah. Happy to see the conversation you had with Yui, promoting that focus of, achievement with youth, identifying a career, striving to be your best self. And that is really what I think life should be about in a simple sense. You yourself embody that. We have other leaders that embody that professionalism, aspiration. Life really simple when you think about it. Just do the right thing, just work and enjoy life. We have been seeing the TTPS promoting that essence, and it really is refreshing to know that you as a citizen of the country, you can once again enjoy your country, of course, in a respectful manner, right? Enjoy your country any day of the week, any time of the day or night. You're not limited from going anywhere, etc.
Thanks,
right?
James.
So it's blessing to hear that, and the cohesion of all units coming together. So yeah, it just speaks positivity for the future of our country.
Thanks, James.
Man, and keep up the great work.
Yeah, all the best, man. Thanks for the commentary. We had to Tabakit. Tabakit, good morning. Ooh, I think we lost Tabakit. Tabakit always want to come in with some nice, sharp commentary. Tabakit, looking forward, man. You there?
Well, pleasant morning to you, Mr. Jason Williams, and good morning to CNC3 and Trinidad and Tobago.
Morning, Tabakit. Morning.
Right. I'll tell you where I take my cue from. After the interview with the president of Tutor, and something he said, he caught my attention in terms of suspension and what can be done. Well, what I would like to say, what can be done, I think it's time we bring mandatory boot camp in Trinidad. And I think we should start from the age of 10, because we've been asking what to do with children who has been suspended. How can we treat with children that coming from broken home? And I think the time has come where the minister, all hands, all stakeholders, that mandatory boot camp, so and as long as they pick up the psychologist, the dean of discipline, and they pick up that, or even the home, and they realize, you know what, I just cannot deal with that child, I think an evaluation should be done immediately and boot camp. Mr. Host, Mr. Jason, before I leave, what is your opinion on that?
It's a strong recommendation. I think it's one that it's workable. My question is it one where you want the children to, it's a live-in boot camp, or do they attend this boot camp every day like they're attending school? And what's the approach really of the boot camp? Is it an iron fist boot camp? Or is it one to let them be engaged in different structures and activities what's your vision? Elaborate.
Well, my vision for that, if the children is coming from broken home and the parent cannot take care of them, I think it should be a staying boot camp, because you do not want when they come out there and let's say 8 to 4. And after that, there is where the problem starts. So I say in this case, I think a staying boot camp, but I'm saying here as a landplane, I think this is the catalyst to help young people.
But really quick, Tabakit, what would be the distinction between a staying boot camp and, let's say, a youth detention center? That sounds almost like your liberty is being taken away. It's almost like you're in jail.
Well, I'm happy you would have gone there. You see, if the horse would have bust this table, and if we continue to say, okay, we want to feel sorry, you want to do this, but anyhow you take it, the problem is there, Mr. Jason Williams.
All right.
So I am saying, look, we got to hold the bull by its horn. We got to deal with it. Look, if we have broken homes, if you're talking about a system where it's hemorrhaging, I am now advocating for boot camp and without any apology. Thank you, Tabakit, out and off.
Thank you, Tabakit. And that's what the open forum is about. People get a chance to express and bring ideas. Let's head to Dabadi. I'll listen to Dabadi. Good morning.
Good morning, JW.
Welcome.
A long time I haven't got it through.
Yes. Well, good to hear you, though.
Anyway,
glad you're back inside.
Yes. So, okay, the incident that happened with Philip Alexander a few weeks back, and it's like it still has legs, so to speak, right?
Which one? Because as lose count with Philip.
The one where he parked in the disabled spot and he said the security allowed him to do so. That one.
Yes.
Right? So, I saw on social media, I think it was yesterday, where he had persons from the disabled community sitting there in a wheelchair in the same spot where he was parked in the pharmacy, and handing out a check and so on, right? I mean, I still find that was disgraceful as well. The parking was bad. This one is even more disgraceful. What they're trying to prove. And then in the Senate, there was an independent senator, temporary independent senator, who I think is also from the disabled community, who was asked the police for him to be charged under the Motor Vehicle Act for parking in that position. And his response was, that Philip Alexander, was that he was in a private space, the pharmacy being a private space, right? Imagine that. So he cannot be charged. It's not a public space. How stupid can Trinidadians and Tobagoans be? Wherever you park is in a public space, because they tell you outright, you're parking at your own risk.
Yeah.
So it is a public space. So how can we try to fool us? And I still feel he should have been charged at that time, but now that thing has taken so long, for something to happen, and it's still continuing. I find it's time it is put to rest and they do something. Either if you have to charge him.
I'll tell you this, Dabadi, I'll tell you this. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I see people do it all the time. And, the reality is we find ways to defend nonsense and make the wrong right. I know Philip Alexander, who is well-traveled, will not make that mistake at Aventura Mall, Dolphin Mall, no part of Florida, no part of New York, because out there, in the real world, where there are consequences for such action, the fine and again, they deal with and treat with you in a very severe manner. If you don't have that handicap sticker on your review out there, they deal with you very, very severe, especially in a place called Florida. So we could hem and hoe and find ways to dance around it, but wrong is wrong, right is right. And I've had great conversations, and we'll continue to have great conversations with Minister Alexander, but that was wrong. And that's something I'm not on at all. Let the handicap park be for those who really need that assistance. As a hardback, strong man, woman, just park and wanna, because it's convenient now. Nobody is telling them anything, and you tell them something, they're more vexed than you. That's the reality. Could we take one more, Charlotte? No, that's a different cause. We take one more. We will not make that bite Skylark when we travel. Trust and believe. Let's head to Princestown. Good morning, Princestown.
Good morning.
Yes, I listen, my brother. Go right ahead.
I am concerned about the fire station in Princestown. Over 18 months and more, we have a strong station standing up there. First it was rat infestation, and houses are burning down, people are losing their lives, and the powers that we don't seem to care.
Well, I know the Minister of Homeland Security paid a visit. I remember that distinctly, Minister Alexander.
Nearly a year now?
Yeah, he paid a visit and said that there was going to be some remedy. Probably we could reach out and ask if there's any movement of the needle in that direction. So thank you for letting us know, Kola, because I had no idea. I thought they would have probably treated and solved that issue already. Yeah, but I remember one of the first acts of Minister Alexander, in all fairness, he went down there, he saw it in real time. I guess, I don't know what's the latest. So thank you, Kola, and I guess we could work on getting an answer to that question. But yeah, as it pertains to those who park in the handicap spots, please, let me stop it now. Stop it. Minister, non-minister, whoever, nobody can tell you park there because no. You within your own self must have your own internal compass to know not to do that. All right, so let's take the pause. We come back, we get into some discussions again concerning exam anxiety. Idris Hussein joins me, psychologist, to treat with this very important talking point.
Jason has watched every World Cup from here, but not today. Because he made all his purchases with Visa and won a trip to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Whoever uses Visa most wins. Pay with Visa.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
For over 50 years, we served communities across Trinidad. But growth isn't about standing still. It's about choosing what comes next. Introducing Passad's The Food King Grand Market Barapo, a new standard for the South. The Grand Market is where community meets quality. Our newly launched Via Bakery offers our fresh breads and pastries that are made daily. From the spices that flavor your meals to the moments that bring families together. And when it's time to slow down, our cafe offers a place to pause, connect, and enjoy the moment. From fresh meats prepared with care to aisles filled with the choices families trust and prices that put people first. Every day, families trust us with the moments that matter most, the meals they share, the traditions they keep, and the memories they create. And that's a responsibility we carry with pride. Bigger, fresher, thoughtfully built. The Grand Market Barapo, because at the heart of everything we do, quality and value, that's our way.
I want to welcome Idris Hussein on the Zoom line, child psychologist and TTAP treasurer. That's the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists. I want to say thanks for the time, and it's a very important discussion considering many tomorrow will be stepping into probably one of the biggest moments of their young lives, the SEA exam, and we could all relate to when we had to do the exam, Idris, the nerves and the mixed emotions. So I look forward to your counsel this morning for not only the students, but more so sometimes the parents who also have to, in a way, even though we're not there physically, it's almost like we also stepping into the exam. Great to see you, Idris. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What you want to say first and foremost to, let's start with the students, especially if you don't feel like you're prepared. You're a bit nervous, you know, yes, you went to class, you would have gone to lessons, but some stuff just not registering, or one subject seems to not be your strong point, and you're feeling the nerves already, and it's not even exam day.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I want to tell these students as well is that SEA exam is important, yes, but while it is important, it is not a measure of your worth, right? It is not a measure of your intelligence or future success, right? What we're seeing happening around Trinidad and Tobago is that exam preparation is, we're not seeing it as a form of just preparing, but also a form of performance pressure that is carried by not just the children actually, but it's also carried by the families as well, right? So many students are experiencing something that we call anticipatory anxiety, which is worrying about the outcome before the exam even begins. And children tend to internalize the expectations from their parents, teachers, and even the society on the whole, right? Especially the idea that this one exam determines that the entire future, right?
Okay, and you know, so many moving parts. So there's the child who will be the only child in the household, right? The mommy and daddy, one child. Then you have those who would have siblings who might have had the exam before. One might have done well. You're studying now, you have to keep up this expectation of big brother, big sister. Obviously the family, too, you know, a family that they put this particular pressure on the child because, you know, how it go look. A lot of times people studying the neighbors and so many moving parts. What you want to say to sometimes not the parents who might put a little extra pressure on these children?
Well, the thing is, there's a strong cultural narrative, right, around passing for a prestige school. But we must challenge that as well, because there are countless professionals in Trinidad and Tobago, doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, entrepreneurs, right, who didn't attend these so-called prestigious schools, right? And success is not only determined by one thing, but it's shaped over time and by resilience, right? Also, some children do excel at certain things like trades as well. You don't need to necessarily become a professional, like, for example, pottery, right? And every child does develop at a different pace, both cognitively, emotionally, and academically, right? Some children I like to let parents know that some children are early bloomers, while others develop later and go on to excel. So labeling them based on one single performance is not something that's healthy, right? And SEA just captures one performance based on this day, not the full capacity of the child.
Yeah, indeed. Now, for the exam itself, everyone will have their particular strategy. I would imagine the night before is very important. What's your advice for tonight, especially for those who might be a bit, you can't even sleep really, and I know sleep is important. What's your advice to really calm the nerves before the big day tomorrow?
Sure. So I'll take it in two parts: the day before the exam and the day of the exam, right? The day before the exam, which would be today, right? I would recommend no heavy studying, right? The night before. Focus on just light review if necessary, right? Engage in calming activities like watching something light, spending time with family, right? Prepare all materials early as well, like your uniform, stationery. This will reduce the morning stress, right? Get adequate sleep. This is crucial for memory and focus. Sleep is always important, right? I'd also like to let the parents know as well that your child doesn't need more pressure. What they need right now is something called emotional safety, right? As for parents as well, avoid last-minute lectures or comparing them to siblings or comparing them to family members or comparing them to other people out there. Reassure them. As parents, you need to let them know that you're proud of them, regardless of the outcome of this exam, right? Also, model calmness. For the parents, I would like them to know that children absorb emotional states. So you having a calm frame of mind helps your child as well, too. Right. As for the morning, yes.
No, I was going to say, and that will also speak to those parents who would stay outside the school for the duration of the exam. I mean, is that necessary?
Well, I don't know if it's a coping strategy for the parent, but I know that for the child, it may not do anything in specific, right? So which brings us to the morning of the exam, right? What I would like to recommend is the morning of the exam, right? I would like you to try to keep a morning routine simple and predictable, right? Have a balanced breakfast with nothing that you don't normally eat. Have the same thing you normally eat. You know that your stomach agrees with it so that it's not too heavy or unfamiliar with your body, right? There's also some brief grounding techniques as well that I'd like you to use. You can do today, of course, and tomorrow as well in the early morning, right? You breathe in for 4 seconds and then you exhale for 6 seconds. Right? Also reassure yourself as well too, right? And for parents as well, I would like you guys to do this as well, especially just do your best, right? And for parents, I would like you guys to also let your children know that on the day of this exam, and even all now, I'd like you to know that, let the children know that you've already done all the work, right? Today is just showing what you know for that work that was already put in.
You know, does this ultimately build character with the young people? Because clearly in the education system, you will have to go through exams, especially if you go on to higher education. But at such a young age, based on just your own research, speaking with students, your lived reality, does this augur well in terms of building character ultimately?
Well, the truth is, SEA exam is a milestone, right? But one thing we have to realize is it's not just it's not a destiny, I would like to say, right? Children are far more than just a score, right? Their futures are just bigger than one single day, right? At this point right now, children are moving from a shift from a playful child to a studious performer for once in their life, from having the transition from a play-based childhood to a performance-driven identity, right? And children who were once expressive and curious and playful, they're now being asked to sit and focus and produce, right? And perform under these strict conditions. So yes, it does shape you. It does change certain things internally inside of a child, right? And that shift does create internal tension where a child feels that they have to suppress their natural self to meet these expectations and this milestone.
Idris Hussain, thank you so much for touching base, child psychologist and treasurer of TTAP. Yes.
No problem.
All the best. Thanks for touching base. Timely discussion indeed. Yes. With that being said, let's ready up. Another short pause and we come back with a TTIVF. That's right. Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, we're treating with the actual formal opening of her center there at Icon Plaza in Aranguez.
It's Jay's exclusive Big Easter Sale. Get 25% off everything store-wide. All departments, no exceptions. 25% off. JD's exclusive Easter Sale. JD's, Princesstown, San Fernando, Rio Claro, Gasparilla Mall, and M6 Plaza Chaguanas. Your low-price headquarters, JD's.
Join us at the Trinidad and Tobago Disaster Risk Management Conference and Expo from June 1st to 3rd. Step into 3 full conference days of presentations, panels, and learning labs that mirror real disaster risk scenarios, including national power outages, disaster risk finance, and sustainable urban planning, waste and debris management. Register now at www.ttdrm.com/register now.
Struggling with picky eating, or unexplained loss of appetite, or tired of trying to gain weight with no results? Apetamin is here to help. This powerful appetite stimulant encourages healthier eating, supports weight gain, and improves BMI, perfect for both adults and children. Only Apetamin contains lysine, an essential amino acid that boosts appetite, builds muscle, supports growth, and aids calcium absorption. Take control of your appetite and reach your weight gain goals with Apetamin. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Can you do this?
This April, the gripping crime series Suspects comes to your screen. Follow D.I. Martha Bellamy, D.S. Jack Weston, and D.S. Charlie Steele as they investigate crimes across the busy London landscape. Suspects takes you inside the Metropolitan Police as they fight for justice in London. Don't miss Suspects, only on CNC3, coming this April 1st.
तुझे पुलिस ने हिरासत में क्यों लिया था? क्या किया तूने? इसमें मेरी कोई गलती नहीं। बोल रही है?
Uterand. More drama, more emotion. Uterand. Weekdays at 6 p.m. on CNC3.
Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain joins me on set. You know, it's TTIVF, and I could safely say, based on what I saw via the Business Guardian and I believe the Business Watch, it's official. Now, we mentioned the location there in Aranguez, but there was a formal opening recently, and I want to get all the details. Oh, yes, look. You see Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain there in the, is that a pink blazer? Yes, it is.
I'm in my branded colours, absolutely, yes. And the Honourable Minister, Devesh Maharaj, the MP for Arangwes, our area, we were so thrilled to have him there. That's Gabby, my nurse, and we had an amazing group of patients you'll see there as well. Really proud to see patients being so courageous to come out and be there with the press. It was amazing. Dr. Brakel Timothy, Dr. Rampal, my amazing team of experts. We had an amazing launch. It was really a brilliant afternoon.
Were you pleasantly surprised with the turnout and especially with the families that came to give the support?
It's the first time. It's the first time patients have come out and said, look, we're really keen to support you. You've done so much for us. They've had hard journeys. And, you know, this conversation we've been having for years now, people have been very reluctant to show their face or have their story told. Yes, I was blown away. I didn't expect it. And I thank them all. I think it was a courageous and brave thing to do, and we're very grateful.
When was the actual formal opening officially?
Well, we opened in January. We've been open.
That was like a soft launch, as it were.
Yeah, so we opened the doors in January, but last Wednesday was our formal big posh event, Stush event.
That's right, that's right. Let's put some of the action up again. I'm sure cutting that ribbon. So let's probably, if you could just narrate for what we're seeing here.
Yeah, these are the frozen babies in our cryo storage unit. We took the press around. We took the Honourable Minister around. We had people from different societies that came to meet us, and we showed them, look, this is state of the art. This is the air handling system. This is Sonja Sukram Manki, my head embryologist, showing where we have an incredibly secure cryo storage unit. These are the expert doctors that work with me. These are the only 3 fertility trained and qualified doctors in TNT, and we have an expert staff in the clinic. What we were showing as well is the level of sophistication. So this new cryo storage unit, nobody can get into those eggs, sperm, and embryos. The life air system here is so important. It filters smoke particles out of the air, bacteria, viruses, mold. It gives us the purest air in the Caribbean.
Minister's engaged. You could see the concentration on his face.
He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Yes, I think we really interested him. I don't think people know how sophisticated and amazing the clinic is. I mean, this takes us from a good clinic in the Caribbean that has really led the way for years and years with all the firsts. We are now top of the range. A lot of clinics in Miami, New York, London don't have that kind of air filtering system in their IVF lab. They don't have the purity of air that we have, and that translates to amazing success rates.
So it's gold standard we're talking here.
It's above gold standard. I'm so proud. We're state of the art now. Yes.
Fantastic. So as you would have mentioned, because I recall when, you know, I saw the excitement on your face around January when you open your doors there. You know, I would say probably the soft launch, as it was, they might say, in January. But then, of course, now with the formal opening, all is in place. What's been the feedback? People coming in, people curious. What's been the journey from January to now?
It's been a busy period. Patients are realizing what an amazing clinic it is. So we have been full from the moment we opened our doors in January. Arangwes is a brilliant location. I think people are seeing us more. It's more accessible. It's nice to be in a mall. So we moved to Icon Plaza because it's more anonymous for patients. You know, people don't see your car parked outside the IVF unit. You're coming into a mall, but it allowed us to build from scratch the quality unit that we wanted and a new facility. And yes, patients, the feedback has been amazing. They say the minute you walk through the door, you feel calm, you feel hopeful. That's been designed. It's all been designed around the patient experience.
Do you have a sperm bank there also at TTIVF?
We do. We have a donor sperm bank. We have our own donor egg bank, the Caribbean Egg Bank. We do social egg freezing. We have embryos frozen. We have cancer samples from people dealing with different types of cancer. We've frozen their sperm, their eggs, their embryos, all of that there, yes.
What's the process for those who, could one come in? Because, I mean, obviously, if you want to, I mean, I would imagine with the sperm bank, you will have your checks and balances and you'll have to do your screening. But what's the process with that? Because that just came to mind.
So we don't screen local donors anymore. We do egg donors. So our egg bank is TNT. Young women, they donate into our egg bank, and we have this huge Caribbean egg bank. Sperm donors, we bring in international sperm. It's very difficult to run a high-quality sperm donation unit in TNT, and because of the viruses here, Zika, and a few other viruses that are endemic epidemic in our area meant that we had to shut that down. It was very difficult. We will come back and look at it again in the future. So if anyone's interested in being a sperm donor, give us a call and we'll take your details, but we won't be starting that up again for a year or two. We'd very much like to have very high quality but much lower cost donor sperm available for TNT nationals. Difficult, that's a difficult one. Everything else, but so we have international sperm of all the different ethnicities. It's very difficult to find, you know, East Indian sperm, diverse sperm is difficult to get, so we have relationships with 1 or 2 really good international partners that supply us.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, keep us posted in that regard. Very important conversation. So for those making their way, just give us some of the intimate details. I know some of the numbers are on screen, so that's there for those looking on to take. But in terms of your opening hours, let me know during the week, the hours, give us some details in that regard.
So the clinic's open 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
7?
Monday to Friday, yep. And we're open Saturday mornings as well. You can message us anytime. We're very responsive. We've got all the socials. That's a great way to get in touch. You can walk in. Most people call or email, but however you want. And the staff are really expert. Trust them. They're highly trained, highly confidential, and they'll take you through your steps no matter what it is you're interested in. Fertility check, you've been trying for a baby for years, you're interested in social egg freezing, you've got cancer and you want to freeze some sperm. They're used to everything, so just give them a call.
That's right. And online?
Online, Trinidad IVF, we have a fantastic website. New one coming soon. That got put in the back burner because the new clinic had to come first.
Yes.
Fantastic new clinic. So Trinidad IVF, you can find us on all the socials as well. Just search Trinidad Fertility. You can see all the images of the new clinic on TikTok and Instagram. Come and have a look.
Well, before we wrap things up, Dr. Mintobain, let's review and just reminisce on those amazing pics one more time. Again, it was literally 7 days ago. They had the formal opening. Now, the doors open since January. But last week, the VIPs, all those who were part of the clinic over the years, were able to just come out and just celebrate in this most, I would say, this important and really, really iconic moment.
It is, and you know, to have this level of facility at home in TNT, it means people don't need to go abroad. And you know, it's difficult with US dollars and foreign exchange. People can be reassured now. We have a state-of-the-art unit right here for you in TNT. We have the best success rates. We lead the Caribbean now in terms of success rates. If you have pure air from a good air handler in your IVF lab like we do, success rates are high. And we're very ethical and we keep costs down for locals, but there really is no need to go abroad anymore. And it was lovely to be able to show off all of our new state-of-the-art equipment, not just the air handlers, but the IVF lab, the sperm testing lab, and the amazing staff that work with me as well. So it was a real joy.
That's right, that's right. Doc, congratulations, and keep us in the loop.
I will. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. TT IVF touching base on this Wednesday morning, and to the entire staff, the team that would have put this together, kudos to you. We come back and get into more important discussions. Yes, indeed. Every discussion is an important one this morning, and in keeping with the holiday around the corner, we want to welcome, to shed some light, elect Lady Queen Mother Hilary Lloyd, Spiritual Baptist Senior Pastor, to just give some deeper perspective on the holiday ahead.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
From all over Trinidad and Tobago, Anil wrapping roti at lightning fast speed.
Sandra nailing every order in her hardware.
Lisa, who is in sync with style. There is no buffering at her boutique.
And Dr. Alex filling prescriptions with care. They're all part of the 5,000 strong businesses connected and growing with reliable, high-speed service from Amplia.
Now it's your turn.
Because with Amplia,
you're in good company. Amplia Business.
Attention all listeners. Are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
Tune in to Betterments with host Base, Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. for a program that educates and is solution-based. Base tackles the issues that matter to you, providing a platform to speak your mind and find solutions. That's Betterments with Base, with a focus on education and resolution. This is all about making things better for you. So if you want to make a difference and have your voice heard, tune into Freedom 106.5 FM and join us for Betterments with Base, Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Better for you. Only on Freedom 106.5 FM, where we believe that your voice matters.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
It's a real honor to have with me on set elect Lady Queen Mother Hillary Lloyd to give intimate details, to really give us that deeper perspective behind what's a holiday that many would have sacrificed and really fight. I mean, the struggle was real to get the recognition, not only for the holiday, but of course for the faithful. And I want to say to you, Mother Hillary Lloyd, thanks for being here, and I look forward to our conversation.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. Good morning to you, and good morning to your viewers as well. It is a pleasure to be here.
You know, I look at the history, and I would have learned so much during the program concerning some of the struggles, and I recognize that out of that, you know, we have been able to come to a place of victory, triumph. Yes, there's always work to be done. But I think from then to now, and the fact that the faithful are still here able to worship free and be recognized for their faith, what a day it is. What a day. Because you all would have come from far, and when people look at the deeper history from since Buzz Butler days, come right up the road. How you feel at this point in time? Is your heart filled with joy based on, from then to now, the developments of the faithful?
Yes, I am. I am, as an individual, I am extremely happy and grateful. Grateful for the persons who would have kept the faith, who would have shown great resilience in the face of great adversities. And I'm happy now that we are here carrying the mantle.
Let me ask, in terms of prominent members of society who were part, or were probably who put a past on, or who are currently part of the faith, could you recall a few? Because I know Buzz Butler was definitely instrumental back in the day.
Yes, he was definitely instrumental back in the day.
And he's considered an icon not only in labor, but I would imagine also with the faithful.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, and so we would have had persons like the late Granville Williams, who would have then taken the faith to Barbados and established spiritual Baptists there. Mm-hmm. We would have had the late Archbishop Elton George Griffith, who was one of the persons who would have led the fight for our freedom, as it were, today. And if we are to look now, in present time, we have a lot of persons who are very prominent figures. For instance, Senator Foster Cummings. We have Minister Michelle Benjamin. We have Dr. Agatha Carrington. You know, and many others who are continuing, as it were, the fight.
Let me ask, the significance of the drums. I know it's an integral part of the mourning ground. If you could elaborate some more and speak to the essence and the majesty and the power of the drum and its role in the faith.
So because the Spiritual Baptist is an Afrocentric Christian religion, meaning that part of its roots is deep-seated in West African culture, the drums would have been one of the instruments that would have transcended from slavery to now and still is relevant in the faith. Yes, the drum is very, very significant because, as I said, it's a part of our African culture, and more so, apart from it being a musical instrument, it is one of the instruments that is used for call and response. You know, we have this the African tradition of the call and response. So we have the drums. When the chantwells sing, the drummer plays, and so it creates a vibration in the space, and it enhances the clapping and the singing and the rejoicing and all of that.
You know, the drums I've seen in real time where there was a drumology. And as we say in local parlance, someone was, as they say, catching the power. How do you describe that? And what when we hear somebody catching the power and feeling the spirit of the drum and the moving with the essence of the drum, what's that exactly? Could you describe that or explain that to us?
So that is a question that has been asked so many times. So catching the power, that's a term that is used to really explain the manifestation of the Holy Spirit. Yes? And so when the drums are being played and the Holy Spirit moves within the members of the, you know, they moves within the congregation, or the vibration, let me be correct, of the Holy Spirit moves within the congregation. We move and we sway, and we are given messages from the Holy Spirit. So you would see practitioners ringing the bell, or maybe blessing somebody with water or with oil and that kind of thing. Again, because this is who we are. This is what we came with.
Yes.
This is not what we adopted. Yes?
Yes.
This is what our ancestors came with. It's part of us.
Indigenous.
It is innate in us.
Let me ask, what takes place on the actual day itself, Spiritual Baptist Liberation Day? If you could walk me through from morning into Mass, meeting the congregation, and what happens after, and if there's any particular, I would say, cuisine that is associated with the holiday itself.
So on the day of the holiday, which is Monday the 30th, we start at 9:30 at Balmain Village, Couva. And for persons who don't know where we are, as you turn in to go by Atterbolden Stadium, the entrance to Atterbolden Stadium, we are on your left. You can't miss it. You'll see all the tents and stuff like that. And so we start with the procession of the clergy, led by the Patriarch, His Eminence Wayne Jones. After which we go into a full day of prayer. We have persons who are assigned to bring where we say the word, who are assigned to do the preaching or bring the homily. And we have cultural items as well. So Spiritual Baptist groups will sing and dance and all of that. It is a whole day of interacting until evening, about 5 thereabout. right? As to the cuisine, there are going to be persons there who, because there is also a village, I'm not sure if you know, we have a village where persons are there and they're going to be, they have like local items on sale as well as other food items. So you have like the pilau and the kuku and the callaloo, and you have other things that persons may prefer as well.
Indeed. You know what I've recognized over the years, because I'm also very much involved in the culture, there is serious influence, the spiritual Baptist faith and the drum and the rhythm. It is very much ingrained in the culture. The Kaiso, we would have seen in real time Terry Lyons and her rendition this year, the winning rendition. So moving, so powerful. I don't know if she's of the faith. I know her dad definitely is, Austin. But when I see that, and I'm sure I really set it up to ask you, is there a sense of pride when you see culture embracing the drums and the essence of the faithful?
It all came from West Africa, you know. So that the same rhythm that you will hear in the spiritual Baptist faith as it relates to our shouting and all of that is the same rhythm you will hear in the Calypso tent. Yes, it's the same rhythm, the drumming and all of that, because it's all West African culture. So the whole concept of the call and response, the chantwell, the Kayusonian will sing and the choruses will respond. Yes, it is because it is all African, and it came from the same place on the diaspora, so that there is a connection between culture and spiritualism as it relates to the spiritual Baptists.
Queen Mother Hilary Lloyd, I want to give you a chance in the minute or so that remains to offer a word of prayer to not only the faithful, but all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks and we give you praise. We thank you for another moment, oh God, where we can come before your throne. Father, I bring this land of Trinidad and Tobago before you. I bring spiritual Baptists across the diaspora. I bring the world at large before you. And Father, I ask you to have mercy. I ask you, Father, to take charge. I ask you, Father, to bring deliverance to those that need deliverance. I ask you to break barriers. I ask you, oh God, to just take control, oh God. Father, we pray in the name of Jesus that the spirit of prosperity will fall upon your people, oh God, and we will give you the glory and we will give you the honor in Jesus' almighty name.
Amen.
Quickly, if I may,
of course,
I just want to say that we had open on Monday, and nightly we are having services at the venue
in Balmain.
In Balmain, yes. 7 p.m. On Saturday, we have Breakfast with the Patriarch, and that is going to be at Center of Excellence. On Saturday as well, we have a pilgrimage at Manzanilla. We have the American contingent coming to Manzanilla.
Excellent.
And on Sunday, at Mount Zion House of Prayer Evangelical Mission in Presal, where I am the senior pastor, we have an international youth convention and gathering, where we are seeing youths from the United States, from Grenada, from St. Vincent, from the BVI, from Trinidad and Tobago, coming together, meeting with the elders and having a moment of praise and worship.
Mother Hilary Lloyd, really quick before we wrap things up, I know the faith would have taken root. You would have mentioned Barbados and Grenada. There's a strong following there. Where else in the Caribbean is the spiritual Baptist faith taken a strong root?
So we have St. Vincent.
St. Vincent also?
Yes, St. Vincent. St. Vincent is one of the places...
prominent.
Very, very, very prominent now. And I am proud to say that the youths from St. Vincent are going to be there on Sunday. And on Sunday as well, there's also a celebration at Metaphysics, which is Deputy Patriarch Patrick Brown. He's having a celebration as well. So persons can choose where they want to go. But that youth convention promises to be an explosion, dynamic.
Yes, yes.
Because we are coming together, fusing as one.
Well, elect Lady Queen Mother Hilary Lloyd touching base with us, giving us that deeper meaning, also offering a word of prayer on the occasion of Spiritual Liberation Day, Spiritual Baptist Liberation Day, a very important day on the calendar. And with that, we make our exit. A beautiful program as always. Thank you for tuning in. And God spare. I'm back for more tomorrow. Mother?
Thank you for having me.